into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you. So dangerous, I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. Build things up to knock them down. It's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane. There will come a time for when we can watch.
Good morning, guys. It is Saturday the 24th of November. How is it a month until Christmas? That's just cray-cray. We are competing this weekend, and you might think I sound quite high-spirited, and that is because somehow, I really don't know how, I'm super excited. Super excited. So obviously the lessons are paying off and are working. I hope I don't tempt fate by saying that. Had another lesson last night with Fred. Emily and Danny were on it too, and they are part of our team because Sunday we are doing the riding club qualifiers for the arena eventing challenge. So it's a new qualifier for us, something we've never done before. Strangely excited. I hope I don't regret saying that because we are stepping back up to 100. So it's going to be a challenge, but that's the whole idea of it, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know, I'm just bizarrely excited and keen for a day playing ponies. Prior to that though, where I'm heading now, which is why I thought I'd bring you guys along with me, is I am heading to see my bestest boy BUDSTER, who is sadly no longer mine anymore. Obviously, whenever I post anything about Buddy, I do phrase it that he is still with us. It's not that he's not with us anymore. He is with us, just not with me. He is with one of my closest friends, Lisa. Now when long story short, basically the picture that I posted was at our first ever one-day event, my first ever one-day event, and the only reason I actually did that one, which was a local one to us, was because it was, you'll laugh when I say this, it was a 2'3" class. Not that the height matters, it's irrelevant of that. It was because there was no canter in the dressage test. It was intro B they used the dressage test, and I was like, oh okay, I can do that. I can do a, bearing in mind prior to 4 years I had never done a dressage test in my life. So prior to getting Banksy, I only really did 1 or 2 on Buddy. Again, no canter test, so I was way too scared to canter. And one of the local riding clubs had put on a 2'3" class, which the test was intro B, so I was like, yeah, go on, gonna bite the bullet and do it. Dressage was far from being Buddy's favourite discipline at all. Buddy loves to jump. Buddy is the best confidence boosting horse anybody could wish for. He is just a little pocket rocket. He just loves to jump. So although we came away with a dressage score that day of 41 or 42 I think it was in our walk trot test, we actually went on to win on a double clear. So yeah, that was absolutely amazing. And that was also the first day. That day holds so many memories for me because it was the first day that I ever laid eyes on Banksy. He was there with Lisa. Oh, this is going to confuse you guys because Buddy's new mummy is called Lisa and Banksy's old mummy was called Lisa, but they're not the same person. So Banksy was there with Lisa doing his first ever one-day event. So although I wasn't riding him, mine and Banksy's first ever one-day events were the same day. And it wasn't, long story short again, I'm blabbering, it wasn't until, I'm excited as well, can you tell I've been like grinning, because I'm going to see BUDSTER. It wasn't until a few weeks later that sadly Buds went lame. A chip of bone had come off his hock and caused lameness, which turned out to be arthritic changes. So he had to have quite a bit of rest, which was when I started riding Banksy. So I never in a million years thought that I would have the confidence or ability to ride a horse like Banksy. He was 5 at the 6, but a late starter. He wasn't broken till he was 5. And extremely feisty. But thanks to Buddy, I did have the confidence to get on and give it a go, and long story short again, I'm glad I did, because it turned out he ended up being the right horse for me, despite his quirky ways. Buds I kept for another. He came back into work. He came sound fine. He had steroid injections, and I kept him for. I bought Banksy in August 14. Buddy was off until the September, and then I kept him and Banksy together, both in work, from August 14 until, was it 15 or 16? It was 2 years. Lisa's had him 2 years now. So yeah, I kept both of them, and I still did the odd bit on Buddy, but because of his hook arthritis, I knew that he was never going to go on to do the bigger stuff that I ended up somehow finding the love for, and he was going to be happy with his hock issues, just sticking at the lower level jumping, 2'3", 2'6" in old terminology, 70s, 80s, and my friend Lisa, new Lisa, Buddy's new mummy, started coming out and helping because her horse was out of action for a while. So basically what happened with me riding Banksy, helping my other friend Lisa out, happened with me and Lisa. I was struggling come winter 16, I was struggling to keep them both going during the winter. Lisa had been helping me hack them, and she just fell in love with Buddy. She absolutely adored him. I could see how much she loved him. She was at the time having a confidence crisis herself. I'm sure she won't mind me saying that. So yeah, the heartbreaking decision came. You might think I'm smiling, and it wasn't that heartbreaking, but it was a very hard decision, but 100% the right decision, because every time I got the trailer out to take Banksy somewhere, I felt absolutely awful leaving Buddy at home. He is like the Springer Spaniels of the horse world. He has so much zest for life. He absolutely adores his job. And when Lisa needed to get her courage back, jumping and, well, just first of all just hacking, but he did that instantly for her. And then like when she had the thought of jumping him and she took him on a jumping lesson, the smile on her face, the smile on his face, it just turned out to be the right thing to do. And they say everything happens for a reason, and it sure does, because he has now, I thought I gave him the best home, but she has given him the life of luxury. He is absolutely adored. He's ridden nearly every day, which for arthritic horses is the best thing. During the winter, I'm only able to ride at the weekends, hack at the weekends, or ride if I go for lessons and such like. And Lisa is able to get him out nearly every day. He has had some time off this year due to having his steroids redone, but he's back in work now. He's ready to be clipped, and that is why I'm heading down there today, because he's quite a nervous horse. He's a bit anxious. He's perfect in every single way to ride, but to handle, he needs people he can trust. I managed to get to the stage where he would let me clip him, so I'm praying. I've done him a couple of times since he's left my home and lived with Lisa. I'm praying that today he will remember me and be the same and trust me again. So I thought I'd take you along with us to meet Buds and Lisa, and we'll talk a little bit more about them because I've just arrived. There he is! Buddle, buddle, buddle! That beautiful face. Buddy's the one in the stable. They've both got beautiful faces, but there's my BUDSTER! There you go. He's on the vlog, Lise.
Oh.
You're right.
Yeah. Just had to put him in because I put him out there because he was sweating. He's starting. You know what he's like, don't you? He gets stressed. He's stressing now.
What's the matter, Buddles? Look who it is. You bought Banksy a Prezzy. That's very kind of you. He says, I've got one. It's not the 1st of December yet, Buds.
I've got one.
It's got an advent calendar. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? Kiss. Don't knock my phone out my hand. I've only had it fixed this week. Oh, you got turmeric chops, haven't you? You're wired. Why is he so wired? Shall we get some of your fluff off? Shall we?
He'll even go in the lorry now.
Yeah.
Without anything. You'll just run up in his lorry.
He just likes routine.
Yeah.
So, see, we got the first bit off. We didn't film, did we? Because we didn't want you to have camera fright, did we, Buds? We're going for the quiet ones because we look at his eye. How much you hate it. Hate being clipped, don't you, Bubba? Hey, a bit more. gone for the quiet ones. I don't know how good the lines are going to be because these are really meant just for faces, buds. But if they stop you sweating, they'll be okay.
I just can't believe he's
I reckon we might be able
there.
to get the big ones out in a minute.
He stood there like that for you. That's just amazing.
Did you not think you would?
He won't let anyone near him with the noise of the clippers.
Yeah.
That's
You're a
just...
good boy.
Oh.
You're a good boy. I don't know how good these are going to do because he's so fluffy. Might take a while, buds, mightn't it? But as long as you're happy, we don't mind. His little face. Oh, he's like, I know what's happening.
He just trusts you impeccably.
It's so rewarding though. It
Yeah,
really is with
honestly.
him. Isn't it, buds?
He just trusts you.
This is by no means a clipping lesson to anybody watching because this is not how to clip. This is just how to clip a very nervous horse.
This is how to clip Buddy.
Yeah, this is
He's
Buddy's
very
special way.
special.
I think I might have to risk getting the big ones out though, seeing as you are calm, don't we think?
Oh, see that handsome face. Mummy's precious.
You're a good boy. We'll be here all day if we use these. Should we try the others? Shall we? I think we will. Because that's going to take all day. And he's not really flinching, is he?
No, I can't believe it, honestly. Anyone else so much as put clippers on and he's just...
we're going to have to get the big ones out, buds, I'm afraid. You'll get it off quicker though. You'll be alright, won't you? Just a bit of this under here, because you won't want them near your face, will you? These aren't going to cut through your thick coat, buds. Because you've got that Welshiness in there, isn't it? Fluffy Welshiness. I'll get them, I'm sure it'll be fine. You do know what a fox is, don't you? Good boy. Oh, good boy. Oh, you clever dog. Aren't you? You're a clever dog.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause you and me won't last long. Just stay with me for a drink and show me a good time. If I wanted more than this, I'd love you until I'm gone.
Are you dended? Was it traumatic? Oh, turmeric drops, was it traumatic? You're looking smart, looking shiny. So we haven't taken a great deal off because it was very scary, wasn't it, buds? But enough to stop you getting a sweaty mess, eh? Yes? You can go jumpy jumpies now. Come here. Don't be camera shy. Banksy's not camera shy. Is there any more carrots? Here. I've got one in my pocket. Come here. Come here. Come here. What? Oh, is that nice?
Mind your finger.
Love you.
He likes fingers.
He likes fingers and toes. An injury each.
This is worse than mine though.
It's feeling alright now. I can feel my toe again now. You're a good boy. You're looking lovely, man.
Want you to how you feel, as long as you can show me a good time. I don't need promises.
I was just about to leave and then I realised I missed a bit. Now you've got your head out in the daylight, I can see it. It's much more relaxed now, isn't it? These clippers are very, very good for anybody who has horses that's stupidly nervous. They are the Wool Bravura. I don't know how to say that. Lithium cordless, and they're adjustable on there, so you don't actually have to clip graders over the top. You can just move that up and down to depend on how close to shave you like, can't you, buds? Just a couple of bits under here, didn't I? You're much more relaxed now you know it's pretty much over. And they're just so quiet. How I thought I was going to do his whole body with them. that was never going to happen, was it? Thankfully we managed to do that with the big ones, didn't we? Boy. Mwah. Love you lots. Glad you still trust me. You've taught him to like kisses, well done. He never liked kisses, did you?
We have lots.
Lots of kisses. Love you, right, I'm going now. See you again. Well, positive to having to knock out is that it'll warm me up because I'm absolutely freezing. Buddy stood on my toe whilst clipping. I had these boots on and yeah, I quickly whipped them off, took my sock off and shoved my foot in his water bucket because it hurt that much. I literally thought I was going to be sick. So yeah, I didn't put my sock back on and then I got really, really cold. So, because I got to ride in a minute, I've just put on, I've still got my winter socks on and got my riding tights underneath. The fleece lined ones, which are super cozy, but I've also put on over the top now the toggy over trousers because it's absolutely, well, it's not absolutely, but it's raining. It's not pelting it down, but it is raining. And I haven't worn these yet and I'm really excited to try them in the saddle because they're fully waterproof, nice and fitted around here so that in a minute when I put my riding boots on, they won't feel bulky when I zip them up. And also they come up really high up the back so that when you're showing you my bum here when you're riding and moving and if your coat moves at all you're still going to stay nice and warm and dry. And yeah, they're by Toggy. They fit really nicely actually. These, I'm normally a 10 to 12. These are a size small and fully waterproof, which is fab, and providing that extra layer at the moment to keep me warm. As I said, I absolutely hate mucking out straw, but I wasn't organised enough to stock up on EasyBed earlier, and when I remembered, thankfully they got it to me really quickly though. I ordered it on Wednesday and it was ready to deliver yesterday. The couriers phoned me and said, it's here, you're going to be home, but I couldn't get away from work early yesterday, so they're going to bring it on Monday. So Bertie's only got a few days of straw. Thankfully underneath in this section here where his bed normally is, there's still some EasyBed, so actually the straw isn't soaking up any of the wet yet. It's literally just put a bit much in really too, but hey ho. I'm chucking it all out on Monday when his new bedding comes. But yeah, under here you can see I've still got some EasyBed which has been soaking up where he pees. I just didn't have enough to make him a nice deep fluffy bed. Didn't have enough left because I put it all in Banksy's. Banksy's got a nice deep fluffy bed. Quite messy for him because I let them have a lie-in. Well, no, I had a lie-in this morning. So yeah, Banks had all the bales because Banksy's the most loved, obviously. And Bertie had to make do with some straw for a few nights. But normality will resume on Monday when my delivery arrives. Clearly still thought he could play football in a straw bed. He absolutely loves the football. If anybody has got a miniature Shetland that has to spend quite a lot of time on their own, then I highly recommend getting one of these. It's called a ball feeder, not a football. Yeah, and you can see where he's had great fun biting it and bashing it around a stable. I generally cut up pieces of carrot that fit into there, but I don't make them that small, so they are quite hard to get out. They generally, yeah, there's about 3 bits in there still, but he knows exactly what's in there and he whacks it round his stable. He has hours and hours of fun with that. I say it must drive Banksy mad because it's constantly going and he hears it bashing around the stable, but keeps him entertained and happy and stops him having to eat too much with his porky belly.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause you and me won't last long. Just stay with me for a drink and show me a good time. If I wanted more than this, I'd love you until I'm gone. But you only get a sip, so show me a good time. I don't care.
I didn't manage to avoid the rain, but thankfully I have a relatively sane ponyo. Excuse the mud. Yeah, and these trousers feel absolutely fab. They don't feel remotely restrictive. I was concerned they might feel a little bit slippery in the saddle, but they don't. Don't tempt fate and have me now, Banksy. We've come off on this corner before, all because Lola came around the corner and frightened the life out of him. Let's not bring back those memories. Landed right about there. Being like butter wouldn't melt today. So yeah, no, really pleased. Really good. No excuse not to ride in the rain now.
So free. I don't care what you say, what you do, how